Hello and welcome to 777 Movers. Today you're going to be watching a series of videos to get you acquainted with the company and how we like to run things here. Every morning you're going to meet in the back of the warehouse here. You're going to meet with the operations manager. We're going to be checking our schedule and who our foreman is for the day. Please wear black shoes, black shorts, and no offensive attire. No explicit language, nothing like that. We want to be presentable in front of the customers. On the door behind me, the schedule is going to be listed. We're going to go ahead and take you on inside and show you where the packing material is kept and where we can go ahead and meet with our foreman and the operations manager. Let's go. So again, just a closer look. Schedule again is posted on the door. It's going to say what truck you are on, what foreman you are reporting with, and how many jobs you have for the day. Be sure to check it out, and let's go ahead and take a look at the packing material. After we've checked the schedule and we've met with the operations manager and found our foreman for the day, we are going to come into the locker room. Eventually you will be assigned a locker where you can keep your things that you do not want to take with you on the truck for the day. We are going to check for packing materials. The foreman should be inspecting the truck and pulling it up out front. He will also be looking at the jobs that we have for the day. We want to make sure that we load all material necessary, whether it's a full pack or anything like that while we're out there. We do pack homes fully. We do have paper, shrink wrap, plenty of various sized boxes. Our goal is to get this done within about 15 to 20 minutes. We want to get out to the first job very quickly. This is also your time to use the restroom. We do have an ice machine where you can fill up a cooler, get your drinks ready, things like that. But the goal is to try and get out of here in 15-20 minutes. Now that everything is loaded up onto the truck, we want to make sure everything is strapped and tied down. We are going to be going to the first customer's house, so we want to make sure that everything stays in place before we head out. All right, we're just double checking, making sure all the material's tight, and we should be good to go. All right, let's head out. Now that we've made it to the customer's address, we are going to make sure we get the truck into place. Okay, we want to make sure we're not blocking any driveways and that we're not damaging any property in the process. When doing so, we're always going to have one person get out of the truck, and that person is going to guide the driver into place, whether that be a driveway, sidewalk, again, not blocking any driveways. We're always going to get out our gear, such as cones, things like that, make sure we're letting everybody else know that we are working in this area, and to at least slow down while the guys are getting ready. Now that the truck is parked, we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves to the customer. Our operations manager asked that we leave our phones in the cab of the truck or on silent if they are in your person while we're doing the walkthrough. We're going to have all of us walk up here together. We're going to go ahead and introduce the customer who's going to give us a walk through the home and show us what's being moved. It's very good to pay close attention during this process. Hi, Nicole.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Greg. We're 777 Movers.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
I'm Tom.
Tom
Nice to meet you.
and Roberto.
Nice to meet you.
All right, let's go ahead and head outside and see where we're moving today.
Let's do it.
All right, during the walkthrough, it's very important to pay attention. If we're going to be doing any packing, we want to make sure that we're labeling those rooms correctly, whether it's living room, dining room, their son's room. We want to make sure those boxes are labeled correctly so they can go into the right place at the new home. Also very important, we want to ask what restroom we can use. We don't want to use every restroom in the house. We want to limit it to at least one restroom. Some customers are okay with it, but we do not want to upset the customer by using every restroom in the house. Next, we're going to get to the foreman is going to be doing the paperwork. Okay, after we've gone through the walkthrough, we're going to have what kind of materials that we need. The two workers are going to go outside while the foreman goes through the paperwork with the customer. Everybody's going to bring in materials. We're going to go ahead and roll out carpets, door hinge protectors, stairwell protectors, any wall protectors that we need on the job. It's very important that we protect the customer's belongings as well as their home while we're doing the moving in and out. Please, 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 if you have any questions, go to your foreman. Please do not go to the homeowner. Let the foreman be the person that's talking to the homeowner. We don't want to overload the homeowner with a bunch of questions. Again, we want to be courteous to the customer. We do allow you to listen to music while you are working. If so, we want to keep it to a minimum. I always do one earbud in the ear so we can still hear surrounding people, other workers, maybe the customers calling for help, something like that. But we'll keep it to a minimum to one earbud in the ear so we can still work and have our music and be able to hear everybody else around you. Okay, so phone usage is definitely restricted to during the move. We don't want you guys walking around with your phones out. Okay, so bathroom breaks, smoke breaks, those need to be designated by your foreman. Please ask your foreman, or at least let him know that you do need to use the restroom or you would like a break. But not at any time do we want you walking around on your phone. That is definitely restricted. Please try and stay away from that. We have a bar here at 777 Movers. We want our customers to have a great experience. So definitely be aware of your surroundings. Our job is to do a great job and have them come back to see us next time. As movers, we do not use tape guns. The tape is worn as a bracelet, so you have it at all times. When taping a box, we want to make sure that we're taping the bottom of the box, not the top. We want to put 3 pieces of tape along the seam of the box to secure the flaps. Then 3 additional pieces need to be used in the opposite direction of the seam on both sides and the middle. This helps give the box strength. Then lastly, we're going to do a continuous piece to be wrapped around the base of the box, securing the loose edges. To pack dishes and fragile items, you will want to start with a dish pack or a medium box. Once the box is taped up properly, you will take a handful of paper and crumple each piece individually to place at the bottom of the box. This is used as a barrier between the first set of dishes and the bottom of the box, giving it a cushion. Each individual dish should be wrapped in paper and placed in the box in layers. Use as much paper as you deem necessary, depending on the fragility of the item. When packing glasses and stemware, it is best to use a small box so items do not get crushed from the weight of each other, or place the item in last at the top of the box. Each piece of glass or stemware can either be wrapped in paper or bubble wrap, dependent on the customer's preference. After the first layer, you can continue with paper balls or bubble wrap to provide cushion barrier between each layer of dishes. Remember, when placing dishes or any item in the box, you want to use all available space, leaving no open areas. If by chance you do not have any items to fill an open area, you can always use additional paper to fill the area. This method should be used for most of the kitchen items. Remember to always start and end every box with a layer of paper or bubble cushioning. For pots and pans, which are much heavier than dishes, each piece should be wrapped individually and placed in the box, making sure the box is not too heavy to move. Keep in mind that extremely heavy boxes will most likely either rip or crush the box underneath them. So make sure to keep the box weight manageable when packing the boxes. When packing a piece of glass or marble, there are a couple ways of packing these items that is dependent on the type of move that is being done. The glass marble will need to be wrapped completely in bubble wrap or blanket, making sure to cover all the edges. Next, you're going to want to cut open a box twice the size of the glass marble and lay the marble or glass in the middle of the open box. We are then going to fold the edges of the box around the glass marble using tape to secure the box so the item doesn't split out. If the glass marble is round, you may need to cut the box and fold it over the piece of glass, with the outcome looking somewhat like a cardboard flower. On long distance moves, we'll want to make sure we label the items and we include the count of blankets used on the outside of the box, making sure you are labeling the item with the correct room it was taken from as well. Make sure to cover all surface area on both sides of each piece. Each flap, once folded over, will then be secured by tape. Packing a chair is also dependent on the type of move that is taking place. For most local moves, the chair will be draped with a blanket when it's put on the truck. If you're doing a long distance job, then the way to protect the chair would be with a blanket that is draped over the chair with the four corners aligned with the legs of the chair. You will then turn the chair upside down so you can secure the blanket to the chair using the legs with tape. If you happen to have excess blanket, we want to secure it with tape to the chair, making sure to protect as much of the chair as possible. In some cases, a chair may need 2 to 3 blankets depending on the size. Make sure to use the tape section to label which room the chair was taken from, as well as how many blankets were used to wrap the chair. When dealing with a dresser, nightstand, or cabinet, we always want to wrap it with shrink wrap to ensure the doors and drawers do not open. Any cabinets need any shelves that are able to be removed before wrapping the furniture. When doing a local move, you will wrap the furniture with shrink wrap and secure it with tape, or you're able to load the dresser on the truck and just drape it with a blanket to keep it protected. When doing a long distance move, the dresser, nightstand, or cabinet will need to be shrink wrapped and also wrapped with blankets so that it does not get damaged. You will also want to use a tape section to mark how many blankets were used to wrap the dresser and what room it came from. Wardrobe boxes can be used for multiple things. The main use of a wardrobe box is to hang clothes in it, and because it is so tall, the bottom can be used to store lightweight items such as shoes, pillows, and blankets. If there are long dresses, we advise not to put anything in the bottom of the wardrobe box to prevent clothing getting wrinkled, damaged, or dirty. A wardrobe box can also be used to pack garage items that are too tall to fit in a regular size box. You can pack things like weed whackers, garden tools, step stools, vacuums, etc. into a wardrobe box. But remember, because a wardrobe box is so big, you don't want to overpack it, making it impossible to move. And lastly, a wardrobe box has the great makings of a crate for a large television or a large picture. Most important to remember is the wardrobe has a specific use and should not be used as just a catch-all. All wardrobe boxes come complete with a hanging bar to hang your clothes on their hangers, as well as structural purposes for the extra large box. To pack a television, you will want to start with a wardrobe box or a dish pack box, depending on the size of the television. In this example, we are going to use a wardrobe box. First, we want to slice it open so it lays flat on the ground. Next, you want to completely bubble wrap the television, not just the front. Once the bubble wrap has been used to protect the television, you can sit the television in the middle of the flat box. Please don't be afraid to ask for help moving a television or any other items. We want to retrofit the box to fit the television. You may need to score the box to get the bends you need to secure the television in the box. You're making a cardboard crate for the television. It does not need to be pretty, it just needs to keep the television safe from tipping over or being punctured. Use the tape to secure the box together so the television does not slip out. Be sure to label the TV of what room it came from. For most of the guys, we actually refer to these trucks as our home. We spend a lot of time in here. So we want to keep them clean and tidy, just as our appearance. So when we get back to the warehouse, our first stop is going to be at the dumpster. We want to make sure that we're cleaning out all the trash, whether it's for the customer's house or it's our leftover containers from our own lunch, and so on and so forth. This even goes for the cab of the truck. We want to make sure we leave that very clean. A lot of times you will be in the same truck every day. We want to start every day off with a nice clean truck. Or if we're leaving it to somebody else, we don't want to leave our trash for somebody else. Please make sure you are picking up after yourselves. We want to leave the cab of the truck and the back of the truck nice and tidy for everybody else. There is a dumpster. That's where we're going to make our stop. We're going to sweep out the truck, make sure everything is locked in, maybe even fill in a little bit of packing materials for so on and so forth. After that, we're going to head into the warehouse, make sure we're picking up, leaving it nice and clean for when we come in the next day, cleaning out your lockers, make sure you get your belongings and things like that.